Hi guys, I just want to share with you something that just happened to me that I've never seen before, and it made me really, really heartbroken and really sad. But I think it's a really important experience to share because I now understand why they say that if you are kind, people may accuse you of having ulterior motives. I'm just gonna, I'll play that quote later on, but what just broke my heart was that um, earlier tonight I had a really beautiful email from someone who's been watching the channel. He's actually a reader. But he is on another platform, and this is a really good person. Anyway, so he in the email he explained he's switching forums and he has been watching my channel. I think he was mostly watching Amabella'S Intuition, which is the old channel, right? The one that got attacked, and it's why Prisca Theologia was created, and then somehow it got unattacked mysteriously. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So what he needed was assistance in getting monetized on YouTube, which is a very there's at least three or four mistakes that you could make along the way that you'll realize. You always look back and go, oh darn, I wish that at that point I had said such and such, like for example for personal or business use, stuff like that. And how can I claim an email that reflects what my channel is about, and all sorts of things. He put it this way: he was really, really wise to contact a person who had been through the monetization process before, twice, because I have two channels. Anyway, so I was all excited when I read his email because I knew exactly what he needed, and I thought back to when I was going through this, and I was really frustrated because I didn't have this information. And you know me, all I want is the truth. I thought I can give him clarity, I can boost him up. We will put him on we'll run a premiere. You guys probably remember when I did that for my niece, she was starting her ASMR channel, and we had you guys boosted her up, and she had her 1,000 subscribers within, it was about a month, I think, and then she got interested in something else. But anyway, put it this way, nothing was wrong then. He was, if everything had gone forward, everything. So I, between the email and him he had a couple of emails, and I missed them because I was then doing a Zoom with a client, and then I had to do a personal reading, and then when I came back, I discovered that he had emailed back, and I said, look, it's probably too late, but if you'd like, I have about an hour. And I did tell him that the truth is my landlord is coming by tomorrow at 12 noon, which gives me, I have 3 hours to clean up the whole house. That's how much time I devoted to helping him, and everything was going fine on the Zoom. And then all of a sudden he said, why are you taking this over? And I was really shocked because I was telling him, here's how we're going to do it real quick. It'll get, because when you're, YouTube, with YouTube, to get monetized, you have to have 1,000 subscribers, but you also have to have a certain number of watch time hours. So while you're waiting to get monetized, and what's your source of income going to be? So what you want to do is you want to be able to be available for people to hire you for personal readings. So how do you do that? How do you build up a clientele? Well, you read freebies. We were going to have them run them on the live chat. That was my idea. That's what I did with my niece, the ASMR girl. She didn't do readings, but some of you remember what I did is I did a promo. I just saw 444, by the way, so this is all probably meant to happen. There's probably a reason why I'm telling you this, because you may need something, may be happening for you, something similar, and there's a reason why you're hearing this. Okay, I'm not I'm not moaning and groaning. It's just I've never ever seen this happen before, ever. So so what happened was, and he's not this is not a person who is normally paranoid or unreasonable. The reason why, because I immediately got a download, by the way, is it's like the angels were watching and they knew what was going to happen. And my heart started racing when he said, "I'm suspicious of you." And I said, "Oh," this is when my heart started. Oh, oh. I said, "Look," I said, "I'm going to let you go." And I said, "I'm always here. If you have a question, just ask the question, and then I'll just email you back only the answer." And then I said, best of luck. I hope everything goes well. But I was really hurt because I just gave up all this time, and there's two of you, at least they were probably listening now, probably upset because she owes me a personal reading, which I do. There are two people who paid for personal readings that are waiting for them, and they don't have them yet. So I was scared, right? I was a little bit hurt. So I did say, though, I hope he could. I was really, really sad, and hurt. Anyway, because what it was is so then what I understand happened was that the download was that considering the density that you're in. So when they say that this is the very low vibrational realm. That person was a very high vibrational being. Now, can you imagine? I'm pointing this out because the realm that you're in, guys, and this is going to chosen ones, I know. The realm that you're in is like, you might as well call it a prison. By the way, we're known by other galactics. They feel sorry for us here, prison Earth. When I say us, I mean I'm not. I do listen. I'm here to give you guys some info. I believe I got a pass. I'm probably supposed to be doing something else. I don't believe I'm chosen, but I do know I'm supposed to be disseminating this information right now, and other information in the future to you guys. Okay, so what I understand just happened is what just happened was somebody who is very high vibrational was allowing the logical mind to take over. The logic kicked in, and I'm guessing actually let's see what he's thinking and feeling right now. I'm not allowed. You'll never. Nobody. Well, actually, Spirit says they're not concerned with that. I was just going to say this is confidential, right? Okay, sorry. This is how he's thinking and feeling. This is very high vibrational person. So we've got Judgment and the Lovers. I gotta clarify this. I'm literally not allowed to say anything anymore, you guys, unless I'm certain about it. So I'm not certain what this is. This is very, very powerful here. So as you can see, these are two major arcana cards. Major arcana cards. We're dealing with a very high vibrational person. So this, I would imagine this is the decision that he made. And how's he thinking and feeling? So that's the horn of the esoteric. That's the calling. Well, actually, he could be receiving download right now. Hang on, because this is usually, he could be having an awakening. Second, what is this over here? He is. Oh, I don't need to concern myself. There's a higher, he's now receiving, what it is the reason why he was suspicious is because there was something that Mother Teresa said in a poem that I never understood what it was. Like, that's odd. I'm going to play it for you right now, but you'll see now what just happened. What it is she says, if you are kind, or I'm just going to bloody play it and end this, because what's happening is people will people or whoever else is listening. Okay, if you're hearing this right now, if you're still listening to this right now, this is your message. At some point, what's happening here is I was simply giving. I wanted him to do well because I know that I know what I went through. Nobody helped me, and I wanted to give him a quick way of getting himself monetized. Now, he could be listening to this right now, so I'm going to tell you one more thing that I didn't tell you. I checked on your energy, on what was going on, why you were switching platforms, and it looks like there's something going on with a family situation. Something had to be done very quickly. And there was some kind of, I don't know, but I could see that you needed to do something. So anyway, please, anyway, this message is not for him, it's for you guys, okay? So people will accuse you of having ulterior motives if you are in alignment and unconditionally giving. They will accuse you of having ulterior motives, and it's not that he was a bad person. He's actually very high vibrational, but he is in the dense energy, which is present Earth, and he allowed the logical mind to take over. Okay, let's just see where he went wrong. Why did he? Because I still don't understand. Why did he? I think, okay. Well, because here's the majority. Here's the majority. Here is the majority. It's the usual thing. This is what usually happens. This is what you wear. You know, this is following the norm. This is conformity. Guess what happens? This is conformity. This is what you're told by man. This government, the laws, right? But you have to conform to these things. They are deplete. This is like religion. But it's the external doctrine. It's hollow inside. There's no spirit. So it's really just an abuse of power. Okay, they're using this position. This is really the Pope, actually. It's a position of power, and it's a perversion here. It's associated with the devil. So the mistake that he made was he went along with the norm. The devil, as you know, he was not evil. What it is it's when you make decisions out of conformity, fear, because the devil is half the truth. When you make decisions based on what normal people do, and normal people, you know, now here's the problem here. Perhaps most people are materialistic, right? Most people. So okay, let's show me more. Why did he see what he ended up doing? What he ended up doing. All right, so there's an Empress there. Here's some, you know, her, this will be me, I guess. Okay, let's go. And then there's the Moon. What's the Moon then? Where did he go wrong? Why did he think that I had ulterior motives? Okay, so there's the past. There's the devil. Let's keep going. It could be the childhood wound or something. But why did he think? He asked for my help. What is the devil, please? What is the devil? The devil. Well, I don't understand this. What is the devil? Who's the devil? So maybe he's materialistic. So he's looking at money, or he's looking at pentacles actually. I understand. Show me more. Okay, so the mistake that he made. But I'm not asking how he feels now. I'm asking about the mistake that he made, thinking that I had ulterior motives. Why was he suspicious? Just a moment now. So this is somebody lying. That's not. Why was he suspicious? This is suspicious. Why was he suspicious? Just a second now. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. I know part of it. There's a misalignment. It's just what I said before. He relied on logic. Over here, and this is somebody who's balancing earth and spirit properly. But here's the real error here, okay? It's not, it isn't about, it is not about what the majority of people do. It's not about, well, I mean, that could be relevant. But what it is the swords here are the logic, the thoughts. The heart is crying out a different message. They're not aligned. It's not working here. The swords and the heart. It's one is absolutely destroying the other. And the swords are not lined up either. It's the logical mind is not where you find the truth. The logical mind, and not only that, but I saw that earlier on the Zoom. There's a woman who's allowing her logical mind. She keeps saying, when is my person going to come in? And Spirit's like, now if you want, but what it is was, what was causing the delay, she didn't ever believe that he loved her. But it's not her, well, actually she knows deep down that he does. But the logical mind was screaming out, how could someone who does such and such, right? Logic, just what you see, what do you see, you know, what is evident here? Ooh. Boy, that guy's dealing with some heavy energy here. Okay, I got this, okay, I got this. So this isn't necessarily, you're not necessarily going to experience what I just experienced. This is a much bigger message, okay? And I now know why fixed hair has to hear this. Justice, that justice, there's a color there that's missing in this card. I got to get myself a normal deck. They're saying that sword in the original deck that Pamela Smith, she did the colors, and Arthur Edward Waite. I mean, they were quite the pair. What the brilliant souls they were. But that sword is meant to be blue. Now, if any of you are thinking about any rich people out there want to give me something, I actually need a new deck, and I need the original deck where the bloody sword is blue. Here's the issue here. Look at that. This is all swords. Look at that sword. Look at that sword there. Look at that sword. This is the Justice card. This is the Major Arcana. And when she's in the Minor Arcana version of her is the Queen of Swords. Sword. That sword is not the logical mind at all. In fact, the logical mind is like a computer running on your laptop that you got to remove, uninstall. It has no spirit in it. It's a running dialogue. It's something it's like a loose wire a live wire that's flopping around that if you put, you let that run the show, a disaster is going to happen. The logical mind is not from, it's not, It's like a robot, okay? It is not connected. It's not connected to spirit, okay? The logical mind, it's when there is no, if you think of the sorry, the right side of your brain, I don't know my left or my right. On one side there's the amygdala and the hippocampus. That's where all the knowledge is stored. Everything you need to know is there, but there's one problem. It's in the subconscious. So the only way it can be accessed is if you're open to spirit. Over here is all that running logic, right? The problem is there has been a disconnection. I don't know why, between the left and perhaps the draconians did it, but there's been a disconnect between the logical mind is not communicating with the intuitive side. And actually, I'll tell you something interesting. There is I think it's called the corpus callosum. That it's not a bone, but it's this incredible. There's so many electric stuff. It is to connect the logical mind with the intuitive mind. I just thought 2121. You guys are freaking me out tonight. Everything's on track. They're saying everything's on track. Okay, so the logical mind over here. It's two things that don't normally go together are being mixed. Wow! Now we know where that comes from. That is not fire and water. It was originally, it's two things that we've been told don't go together, but they do. And have a look at all the stuff over the head. That's the path to enlightenment, and there's the enlightenment. It has something to do with the Holy Trinity. Father, Mother, Earth, make love in your heart. There can never be true justice, can never exist without empathy. 2222. That is the quote in 1909 from the pictorial Arthur Edward Wade guide. This is the early 1900s. This deck was made, but the bloody sword is supposed to be blue. And now that square, do you see the blue square? That's called Keter. You know what that is? Keter is the Jews call it. I'm allowed to say that because my mother was Jewish. God rest her soul. But anyway, and I prefer a Jewish mysticism, not Orthodox Jewish mysticism. And that square is blue, and blue is empathy. And why is that important? Because the sword, which we would normally think is logic, and it has empathy. Okay? So as you can see, logic alone, it's like a Chucky, a little doll. It's not human. It's a robot. I don't know if any of you have seen that ridiculous commercial for the little dog that's a robot that does, you don't need to feed it and all this stuff. God, that's very frightening. But it looks just like that little dog. It's like you expecting that robot to be the same as a dog. No. Now, can you see the soul? No. So the logical mind will constantly tell you, if I can't see it, if I can't touch it, it doesn't exist. If you guys don't, you've got to, anyway, I don't know. You're going to take it from there. Okay, that's all I was supposed to tell you. Except there's one cute little thing I want to tell you. The lady, the young woman who I really love, I told her that every time she says, is he cheating? I think he's cheating. I say, when you say that to me, I want to bang my head into the wall. I want to bash my head into the wall. I don't, because I'm so frustrated. I've been reading her for years. It's eminently clear. She knows, like in the hippocampus, they make love. She knows. And now I know why I want to bang my head against the wall. The thing about my lovely friend there is that that side of her brain is not is not connected to the other side. So they're not communicating with each other. You can't find the truth unless you hook up with the other side. But anyway, the one amazing thing, and I bet that beautiful young woman is listening to me right now. Remember, I told you about the vibration to listen to. If there, it's guys, there's a, I'll connect the link to this reading. It's not really a reading, but it's an important download. In the description box, all it is this really cool. What's it called? Anyway, you'll see because I am going to find the link, and I'm going to tell you a really cool experiment you can do. When you listen, so it links it's supposed to link. All it is but if you put the earphones in your ears while you're listening to it, and breathe in, you'll hear. It's really cool. But what it is, it syncs the two sides of your brain. It syncs them. And so they work together. Two things that we're told don't go together, they actually do. And when that happens, it's Archangel Michael that was pouring those two things back and forth. He is the direct messenger of God. They say that angel, Archangel Michael, is capable of miracles and all things that other people would normally, he can do the impossible. So, okay, so I don't know how else to, when you guys hear, and it's just the fixed air, there's a reason for this, you are the way, you're perfect the way you are, okay? We're not supposed to be perfect. Imperfection is perfect. All things work best in conjunction with all things. Okay, when you see that card come up, now you know it. And now I'm going to play you the clip. It's a beautiful clip of what Mother Teresa said that I now understand for the first time in my life. So I learned something tonight. And that young man, if you're listening to this, you just keep on your journey. But if you just, I'll stay back. But if you have any question you need to know, you just email me exactly what you need. And I know he's a little wary, probably freaked out. And I'll just simply answer the question. I won't give you any additional information, okay? In fact, I might be a bit frugal. You're going to have to pull it out of me, okay? No, Now I want to play you now the clip. And for the first time, I'm getting this. Incredible. Okay, guys, I love you. Hang on one second. Here it is, okay? So this Mother Teresa, it's called Do It Anyway. She is pretty cool. And she's passed away. I think she, post, after her death, they call her a saint. But, what the hell does that mean? That's silly. She says that's silly, actually. All I did was make people smile. That's what she says. So hang on one second. She's going to make you smile now in a second. One sec. Here it is. Straight from Mother Teresa. Some numbers coming up in my mind now before I'm putting 555. 555 is important for you guys. Just a second. There's one small thing that I missed in that reading. The Hierophant and the Devil. Remember that? And when I was talking about conformity. Here's what's happening in this world. The people who are unconditionally loving and actually giving of themselves are considered to be the cheats. And the cheats, people who are running, they're conforming to the rules. They're the ones who are the devil. They're the greedy ones, and they're getting a pass. And by the way, I've been experiencing this. I've been watching this very close in my vicinity. So it's a very, very dense realm, this prison earth. All right, here is the video. I just had an image in my head of Jerry and Madeline McCann's mother. And then I was shown the moon landing. I think that what we're getting here is you rely on. Remember that the McCanns went to see the Pope. The people who are, and the whole anyway. Here's the video. All right, so these are the words of Mother Teresa. I can't remember who does the music, but it's in the description box of this video. And I made the video, so all I did was select the cards that I thought went along with Mother Teresa's words. Here we go. Here it is. Mother Teresa's words. The galactics are telling you that's the more important part of the message. Okay, I gotta shut up. It's pretty hard to do. Heavenly Father's killer. And there's the card killer for what the man was thinking. Okay. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching.